Welcome back to Comic Yap! Next up on my sporadic list of manhwas to review is one I simply love, the Eternally Regressing Knight. And it starts with this bloodthirsty knight thrusting his sword right at us. It's such a powerful image. It jumps off the page. It felt as if the knight was aiming right for me. But it's really aimed at our MC, who we get a close-up of. The sweat, the light scratches on his face, the fear in his eye, and the thought crossing his mind, the perfect stab. That's what he sees. Or rather, has seen for 17 straight times. Look at the resignation on his face. He knows he can't avoid it. And our hero dies. Again. Pierced straight through the neck. Something he's endured and experienced and endured, and I simply love that they start off the story this way. We don't get to see his first death. No, we're watching where a sword pierces his throat. He's on his 16th, 17th death. This hooked me immediately. And then we meet this entity. I liken it to Charon, the boatman of the dead. But instead of taking our MC, it tells him to struggle harder. With over 90 chapters, struggle he will. I can't wait. This creature then brings up despair and the wall. The wall is a running theme throughout the entire story. It's what our MC must fight against, our existential antagonist. But our MC won't be deterred. There's a ferocity in his eyes, even after dying the exact same way 17 times. He's not deterred, but determined. And he wakes up to the same day in the same way he's woken up before. We find out he's the squad commander of a small group, and this man, Rem, is under his command. Our MC knows the entire day by heart, and shows it by telling Rem he has bugs in his boots. Rem checks and immediately squashes it. Our MC looks at the squished bug and contemplates his own existence through it. So now we get some backstory about how our main character came to be where he is. He's wielded the sword since he was young and dreamed of being a knight capable of decimating his enemies. To chase that dream, he joined the mercenaries, but his mediocrity is all that's shown, and his dreams were mired in the reality that he's weak. But not to be deterred, our MC struggles, endures, and trains. He puts in the hard work necessary for someone with no talent to survive on the battlefield. And after some time, he's successful in becoming somewhat reliable. But his mediocrity finally sinks in when he's asked to duel by a young boy, one who has only just begun learning the sword. And the boy wins easily, as if it was never a contest to begin with. He even insults our main character, a little rude, and our main character is left with only self-doubt and realizations. But if our main character was going to give up that easily, then that'd be the end of the story. No, this man's endurance and ability to struggle, to overcome with hard work, effort, determination, it's his strength. He has no one to prove himself to, only his passion and dream of becoming a knight. We move back to the present and we get a look at the rest of his squad. Then, after a small interaction with Jackson, we learn that our main character is trying to learn something called the Heart of the Beast from Rem. He thinks it's what he needs to win the battle. Now it's the 21st time he's been in this battlefield, and the way he experienced it, it's changed. When we first saw him, he was like a wild beast, struggling to survive, running all over the place, death all around him. But now he's calm, collected, making decisions that create variables, ones he couldn't see before. Then he spots this guy, a man who has died as many times as he has, But this time he blocks the arrow that was always meant to kill him. Also, look at the surprised look on this soldier's face. It's hilarious. He then turns his attention towards his wall, a soldier, the same one that's killed him over 20 times. And I love this depiction of him strong, determined, violent, covered in the blood of his enemies. This is such a strong sentiment. This comes from deep inside our main character. And then we get this shot again of the knight about to dive his sword into our neck. I love the reuse of this image. You remember it from the beginning, right? Because it perfectly fits into the cyclical nature of this story. I love this shot. It balances our main character between life and death, and the only thing that separates them is his fear of death. And for the first time in 21 tries, he successfully avoids having the sword pierce his neck. This is the first step towards the future in our main character's survival. But then he dies to a second swing. After dying again, we're back in front of the ferryman, who only wants us to give up and get on his boat. But our main character is now more emboldened than ever before, because now there was a change. Even if it took him 21 lives to reach it, he was able to take a single step towards the wall. And then the day repeats. Fast forward to 33rd time. He can now successfully dodge the first stab on command. Still can't catch up to the knight's speed and falls again. Also, this necklace seems important, and it is. We immediately get the backstory of how he came to save a village, and the village chief gave him this necklace as compensation for saving them. Whatever you desperately pray for is such a strong phrase. Is this what allows him to relive the day over and over again? Training and more training, and Rem notices something's off. He questions our main character about it, and he gets an honest answer, but it makes no sense to him. Fast forward to the 111th repeat and we die again. 123rd and we die again. Then the 124th, our main character says this and stares death in the face. No fear, finally just fierce determination. Look at our main character's eyes. It's the struggle that gives him his courage. It's dying over and over and over and over and over. Or maybe it's the wall, the one goal line that stays the same, yet he hasn't reached it yet, and he needs to still surpass it to become who he wants to be. And then here we are, back where it all started, face to face with the wall for the, I don't even know how many times. And this time, instead of dying to the stab, he successfully shatters the soldier's sword. He's so focused. He starts to celebrate, but also, like the duality of this picture, winning is a strong sentiment when surrounded by the dead. How strong would this imagery be if instead of other soldiers on the ground dead, he was surrounded by like the dead bodies of all his past selves? Wouldn't that also make a statement? Blam! Payback is swift. And like the world has slowed down, the knight goes down. And the perfect line couldn't have been served up better due to the amount of times that it was said to him, "This is mercy." And off with his head. Just look at the smile on our main character's face. The wall has been reached and surpassed. But the battlefield is no place for celebrating, as he's slammed into by this creature, a frogman of incredible strength. Jackson and Rem look surprised and try to rush to his aid. We get a good look at the frog creature, and it looks dangerous. It reveals that the knight he killed was someone that he was personally raising. No wonder he was so strong. Then it goes to kill our main character. Is it time for a new wall? but Rem steps in and deflects his blow. Just who is Rem to be able to stand toe-to-toe with this creature? Our main character must be pretty broken to still be on the ground of an active battlefield. And here we see what can happen when you just lay around. Someone comes to try and finish you off. But Jackson, looking like a demon, slaughters the spearman and saves him. The frogman realizes Rem is no ordinary soldier, and even it would have to put its life on the line to win. But decides this battle's not the right place or time and retreats into the fray. And I love this sentiment from Rem. He is always willing to fight to the death. Our main character finally doesn't die. At least I don't think so. Yet here we are in front of the ferryman, who only speaks of the walls that will continue to appear in front of him, and that it's his fate to struggle, despair, and give up. But our main character has now tasted victory, overcome his first wall, and is more determined than ever to overcome whatever walls there may be next. We don't get to see this creature too often, but this is the first time we get to see it. Well, I'll call it a smile. Boy, is it creepy. Our main character wakes up in a new way for the first time since we've started this story, and he thinks about how he did it, how he survived. Then we're introduced to the rest of the members of his squad, the ones that came to save him at the end. Each of them are unique in their own way. Why are they under him? What secrets are they holding? And what's our main character's next wall? Well, you'll have to read it for yourself to find out. Also notice I never used the main character's name during this yap. That's because they don't state it until this chapter, where he finally introduces himself to a high-ranking official. Encred. I knew it, but I like to tell you when the production team decides to tell the audience the name, and they waited a long time to reveal it. We finished our yap before we got to it. This means that his name might not be of much importance to who he is, just a moniker, a reason to remember him. Now, we remember him for his actions, the ones he must repeat over and over again. This story is great. It's a tale of struggle, trials, earning your strength through determination and repetition. I love following Encred's journey as he continually finds himself struggling against stronger enemies, more difficult situations, higher walls. I couldn't dare say just how many times I've witnessed him die, but it always feels fresh, never overdone. I give the Eternally Regressing Knight 5 out of 5 smiling ferrymen. It's just, he's so creepy. And remember, next time you come up against a wall of your own, don't give up. I believe in you. Cheers. Get on the boat, kid. We're going to hell.